Hi, this is my synesthesia app. The idea of this app is to perform a test for children to see if they have synesthesia. First, I'll show you the first screen. Here's the title at the top. I decided to colour it in rainbow because the theme is about colour synesthesia. I also put like a pronunciation thing above it of how to pronounce the word properly, just for children if they need to read it. The only buttons on this page is the start button or the rules button. If you click the rules button, it takes you to this page, which basically just tells you the rules of how to use the app. And when you tap here at the bottom, it takes you to the web page to explain in more detail of what this is about. On this page there's a back button, so you can obviously go to the home page, so it makes it easier for the user. And then you push the other back button again to go back at home. Tap the start button to start. So this is what's going to be on most of the pages for the days of the week. The parent has to ask the child what colour they think the day of the week is. You'd ask them what colour is Monday, and then they'd pick a colour out of the selected, and then it goes on to this. Usually an animal related to that colour will pop up just as like a fun thing to interact with the kids. There's a back button also on this page, just in case you made a mistake. Once you've selected the colour, you just press next. And then I'll just continue to get to the next slide. And then when you've finished, it takes you to the results page. And then on this page, the parent has to write down the results. And when they've done that, they come back 2 hours later and do the test again. And if the results are the same as before, they have colour synesthesia. I decided to go with this colourful but also white theme because, well, the app's related to synesthesia, which is having to do with colours relating to things. And the challenge that I had with this one was that these circles, it was hard to get them aligned all the same shape and size, but until I learned a few more tricks on Adobe XD, I learned how to basically make a pattern and just drag it out. I think the easiest part of this app would be these panels, just because it's quite easy to find colour related animals. This is my isolation themed app. The app that I have created is a hub for other apps that you can have fun with during the isolation due to COVID-19. This is the home page. I've decided to name the app Isolation Station because it fits the theme, and I chose that font because it looks futuristic. I also chose the black and purple background because to me it kind of looked like space. I went with this futuristic look because of the word station. It reminded me of a space station from a movie or video game I've seen. Lastly, the home icon in the middle is there because we are isolated to our homes. The only interactive part of this page is the tap to start button, which will take you to the hub. It very obviously looks like a button, so that people don't get confused. On this page you can access all of the apps you see here just by tapping them. Once you're on these apps, you just need to tap the X in the top left corner to return to the hub. The difficulties and challenges I found with this app was probably, I guess, this front page mainly, because I needed to create some sort of logo for the app, but I couldn't think of how to do it. So I thought, with isolation meaning you're in a home, like we're isolated to a home, I thought it could be, I could like do a bubble around it, so it's like isolation even more. And I thought that would fit the theme a lot better. But I was struggling to figure out how to, I was trying to think of one at the time and I couldn't think of one. I'd say the easiest part of this, creating this app, would be mainly the hub part of it, I guess, because all it is icons that you click to take you to web pages. This is my Chindogu app. I chose this font because it was, well, it looks like the strokes of a Japanese pen, in my opinion. And the title of it, the title was used like a font that was kind of like the neon signs you see in like the electronics district in Japan. I also added the Japanese translation to digital lamp below it to give it more of a Japanese effect. The whole background of this page is created to look like a Japanese flag. To fill in the space at the bottom, I simply just put in the Chindogu book so that people know what it's based on. The only thing interactive on this page is the tap to start button, which is this whole circle. Once you tap it, it brings you to a dull screen with a barely visible lamp on, and when you tap the lamp, the screen brightens as if to create a digital lamp. To me, this was inspired by one of the WarioWare games, as it asks you to do small tasks. It still ends up being fun. I guess the challenge I had on this app would probably be the main page, as there's like quite a bit on here, finding the fonts and trying to figure out what could fill some spaces. And the easiest part would probably be the lamp part, because simply changing the interaction for just a tap for the full screen to lighten and darken the screen, I think that's a lot simple. Overall, I really enjoyed this module, even though there were some challenges, such as the time constraints, but I guess that's the whole point of the rapid design, which I thought was interesting. After doing this module, I felt like I've gained a lot more confidence in using Adobe XD. I know how it works similar to Photoshop, and how some of the tools that are on XD are pretty similar to the ones in Photoshop, which helps me a lot when creating prototypes for apps.